The verdict on Trump's civil fraud case has finally came back, and it's another absolutely brutal ruling for the failed former president, as now on top of the already over $80 million he has to pay E. Jean Carroll, he is now ordered to pay over $350 million, the amount exceeding $450 million with interest, as well as being barred from running businesses in the state of New York for at least 3 years. And two major things played into this ruling: his continuous actions of the sort, and more importantly, his blatant inability to take any shred of responsibility for his actions, rather than accepting any wrongdoing or say, yeah, maybe I messed up a little bit, which we'll get into the specifics of the fraud in a second and why it's not just a little oopsie. He completely couldn't even do that. Trump went on to kind of prove him right immediately after, taking to reporters and saying he was fine for doing a perfect job, and that, of course, this is only because everyone is against him. Now, getting into what Trump actually did to get ordered to pile up to this fine, I'll just list a couple things off. He said to investors that Mar-a-Lago is valued at $1 to $1.5 billion. For reference, all of Buckingham Palace is worth $1.3 billion. Buckingham Palace is 830,000 square feet. Mar-a-Lago is 62,000 square feet. He represented a triplex as 3 times the size, as well as overvaluing it due to that. He represented a property that he said 2,035 residences could be built on it, where only 500 were permitted to actually be built. He lied that asset valuations in the SFC came from outside appraisals actually trying to say, oh, they can't be taken as serious. Don't listen to mine, not those. And lastly, he obtained super favorable loan terms, as well as not having to set aside any cash for reserves or percents down, by providing personal guarantees that are only given to those with a certain net worth, liquidity, and financial situations, of which that he only met because of having these inflated values. And the argument you hear a lot with this case and from right-wingers on Twitter and in the political sphere is, oh, there was no victims. Well, let me tell you a hard truth about the law, especially when it comes to fraud. Someone doesn't have to lose money directly from your actions. Either way, you're removing it from the system, from the economy, which is inadvertently taking it from those who need it most. But more importantly, the point of upholding laws is to prevent those who broke them from doing the same thing again. That is the biggest point of having law, and it's that simple. Trump thought he could bend the laws and inflate values to become a rich little socialite and keep up with daddy, which in turn takes money from the system, takes money out of the economy, hinders businesses, small businesses, those in poverty, those who are there to gain the money, who need it the most, and the law is to prevent him from doing that again. Sounds pretty sound and concrete to me. The fine is what it is because Trump won't even say he did anything wrong. So what else is going to keep him from doing it again? The charges, and obviously he doesn't even think that is wrong. He's just going to say they were all plotting against me. So if the trial itself isn't enough deterrent, obviously then the fine has to be. Trump cares about money. There's reports that he only has just over $400 million in cash. Well, how do you like a $350 million fine on top of an $80 million fine? That, to me, sounds like deterrent from committing the crime again. If he doesn't think that he did it wrong, again, he's just gonna go do it again, so fine his rich ass. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a comment, or even liking this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.